Welcome back to episode 9 of the MMORPG Tycoon series. So, the last episode we did do some vegetation and some other things in the other previous episodes to really spruce up the outer rim and the border of the city. But for this episode, we are going to be concentrating on the city itself. And this episode, we will be doing the entire city. Every single piece of it will get done in this episode, because I am shooting for episode 11 to be expanding into the next region. So if you want to have impact on what region is expanded, then leave a comment down below. If you leave a 1, then it will be a vote towards the mountain village, and if it is a vote 2, then it will be towards the poison swamp. And without further ado, let's get into the time lapse. Alright, so I just wanted to jump in and kind of explain what I'm doing. I prefer to lay down the framework first, if you get what I mean. Because if I have the framework down first, then it allows me to go in through and easily add in. So I did all the frameworking of the roads. I try to make it not just be super straight all the time, trying to bend the road and curve it when it looks like it, but I'm trying to also make it look kind of accurate as to how it would be like that, because I don't want it to be too inaccurate, but I also want it to be like there was some growth. So like this road is for some reason curved like that instead of just nice straight lines for, you know, optimal village planning. Like there wasn't as much village planning in the beginning. Like we also got some curved here, kind of like try and not build right here because it wasn't really planned for that in the beginning, or just things like that, just small things like that. Another thing is I'm trying to define the mage towers. So like this one has more of the greenery, it's not really corrupted, it even has a tree for this mage tower. And this mage tower over here, which is the summoning mage tower, doesn't, it move, it's basically, this is the tower that manages the death root and all that, and as you can see it also has a death root going onto it, so I also use these ones as well. And this is also a way for them to sell their potions and things that they refine over in this village, because I think I am going to end up having this defined as the corrupted mage tower and have more of the high elven type tower over here, which is mainly research. You'll find the red mages more likely to be over on the summoning as well, because I'm trying to define the classes as well. So you'd find, yeah, so you'd find more red mages over at the summoning tower, but you would find high elves over here, basically. And I'll have the Viking houses that are here, and that's going to be basically the more wealthy houses. So I'll have those kind of out here in this district, maybe spread out into this district. But then, yeah, I'll probably have it also Viking houses. I don't know, I might switch to these blue houses over in this district right here, and then keep these, like, basically not as nice houses, but they're still pretty good looking. And those will be basically the outside to define that. And of course, I'm trying to figure out ways to properly show off the wizard towers, because, I mean, yeah, I can put in these houses, but I don't know what to really do to fill out this just yet. So I might leave this blank for future updates and just do the town itself. Same with over here. But I was thinking I do want to move this more so up here on the hill. For now, but without further ado, we'll get into the next time lapse. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh no! Oh no! We're an overload. Hold up! Hold up! Oh boy, we're only in. Wow. Alright. It looks like we need another server. Now we're gonna smack that bad boy right on in there. And we're gonna connect this ASAP. Okay. Alright, is that better? Okay, so that wouldn't have been good. Alright, so now people can keep joining again. I didn't realize people were so excited to play this first region. Oh, we do have an upgrade. I'll go ahead and do that while we're in intermission. Put in some more on combat. There we go. Well, I mean, I might as well explain what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it district, so like, you know, building planner, these will be all pretty much the same down here. And I'll probably put in an inn or whatever and keep going at it. I'm trying to make it so some districts are more defined, like they've been planned, and others might be a little more crazy, like down here. But anyways, let's get back to the time lapse. so I got these 2 big trees in here. I added 2 more of them because I was like, I'll add in some trees that are especially taken care of for, you know, being old age and have probably runes or something engraved on them, things like that. They're mana infused trees, that's why they're so much larger than these other ones. This one's the oldest, second oldest, and then the third, well, the youngest one, as you can see. But they are taken care of and specially grown with mana infused. And then I have also, yeah, I kept putting them down here because it's just, I think it's easier. It doesn't mess up anything if it's in the water. But as you can see, I got the district going. When you're on the lowest level, it's just a straight pathway pretty much with some trees. I do feel like changing these trees so they're upright straight instead of slanted like that. I don't know if that looks the best with them slanted. Because it probably looks better if they're straight up and tall, is my thinking. But, like, this one doesn't look too bad. But I feel like these 2 slanted ones don't really look the greatest. But it's just a straight row of houses essentially going down. They like taking the shortcuts anyways. That's why I left those kind of open, like alleyways. As you can see down here, they each got their like own little alleyway essentially. I was wanting to implement a sewage network, but I don't think the game in its current state could support a sewage network at all, really. I don't think that would be something that they could really code in for a bit anyways, because they're working on the dungeon update, which is a huge lick of new content coming up. But because I don't see them putting in the ability to add a sewage, like, you know, like a moat or something, like right next to the roadway, kind of like medieval style, so you can make like little moats. That way you can add in a sewage network. But for now, we're just gonna say sewage isn't a problem. It's magically taken care of. That's just probably what it's gonna have to be, because I can't add in a network for that. Oh, wait a minute, I thought of something. Actually, we could make a sewage facility, and that could actually be another dungeon. We could have rats in the underground dungeon network, like a that they have to go take care of. But that will be later on. I probably will put the sewage network then in that case. Sewage control facility. Where would I put one if I had one? Yeah, I think right here, this big open spot, like right here, will probably be the sewage control facility. And that's what we'll run with. And that way we can eventually do a dungeon right here for sewer rat contingency plan. The other thing I want to hear from you guys is how you think about the leveling, because currently this is just one huge level 1 zone. I am curious about the dungeons, right? Because I could make the sewer rat dungeon be a level 2 dungeon to do. Crystal Mines could also be a level 2 dungeon. And that way at level 2 you can go do these 2 dungeons to get some XP. And then move on to a 2 to 3, something like that in one of these 2 zones. Or both the zones could be level 2s to 3, like so. I feel like my leveling might be a little too fast. Yeah, because we already have like 1,620 at level 2. Though I have been letting it play, as you can see I have a lot of money, and we're in month 4. So maybe starting out, the level system is good. I don't really know. I have to think about that much more, but there we go. We got 2 potential dungeons that I have thought of that would be nice to tie into the city and give replay value. Plus, mainly because we have a bunch of monster tiles, I believe. Yeah, so we have like 30 some monsters that we can do. So having one of them be, well, probably 3 of them be variations of rat-like monsters that can also be used in other places very easily isn't a bad thing. Plus, we have the crystalline monsters that we're going to have for the crystal dungeon, and then we'll have the rat-like monsters in there. But without further ado, let's get into the time lapse. Alright, so I'm just going to jump on in here and start talking again. We kind of flushed out the sewage facility, and basically we got the treatment. I'm not going to add in a gate just yet because we don't really have a gate type thing yet. So I think it'd be easier just to wait until they add in gate decals or scenery or whatever, so we can just pop in a gate later on when they add them in more officially. But you just come on in here and there's 2 doors right there for you to go in. I did have to use 3 different buildings though and kind of piece them together. I thought it turned out relatively okay. It doesn't look terrible, so that's awesome. But I thought this building in particular looked really good for having the factory type sewage type thing. It does have those little grates, so I mean, I could use this building type for a sewage type thing going all throughout the city, but it kind of sticks up and it's blocky, so I feel like it'd be better just to be like this and have it be kind of one of those things where the sewage facility is just kind of there. We don't have the ones that are outside that go on moats. This isn't that medieval. We'll just say that yes, they do indeed have toilets, and that gets flushed, and the sewage system's all underneath, with some maintenance in the roads every now and then with a grate, quote unquote, for now. We don't really have things to flush out the sewage system, but that's alright. We got this, and this is good enough. Eventually we can turn this into a dungeon right there, maybe. I don't really know how the dungeons work since the update's not out and haven't bothered testing out the beta branch. But then, because we're going to do the outsides with these, or that's what I was planning on, I did start flushing out this outside with all of the houses. So we got the kind of the district going on, and it'll kind of wrap around right here. And the same thing right here, it'll wrap around kind of like so and join up right there. I'm probably going to end up leaving this blank. Or I might go in and add in some stuff right here, but I'll probably leave this blank is what I'm planning on, especially right here. This will also be blank, and then it'll go into more housing right here is what I am planning on, and that's how it should be going. Alright, but without further ado, let's hop into the next time lapse. All right, so I'm actually going to be keeping this short, so that way it doesn't seem too dragged out. So this is going to be episode 9 part 1, and I'll have episode 9 part 2 tomorrow, just so that way the episodes aren't too long. I didn't want it to be too dragged out. I know I was wanting to do the entire town in one episode, but I think it might be better to do it in 2 episodes, so that way they're shorter, they're easier to watch, yada yada. You guys understand. I thought I did do quite a good chunk in this one episode. Doesn't seem like a whole lot. It feels like I barely got anything done, but I'm pretty sure I got a decent amount done. Mainly the planning and the prep work is good for me to start going in and detailing, because I don't want this episode to be too long, because tomorrow we're going to have probably an equally just as long episode, because I kind of want to go through in detail. I can't help it. So we'll do that. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have an excellent day.